Good afternoon, folks. It's Monday the 19th, I think, of December. The natives are busy behind me. Mum and the dog. The dog's here. Everyone's here.
We're out now.
They're out now. They're gone. They're gone. Oh. Apologies for that, folks. A little bit of I didn't intend to be here this morning, but I still am. So the movement snacks take over a bit. Oh, do you remember back in the day when I was here for 3 months? I think taking over the house. I was, and I still am. All right, Miss P, you are right by the seasonal tree. Look, if I do. Oh, where is it? There, look. There it is. A few pine needles. Hang on, they've messed up my camera danglage now. Right. I've got some moves. Ah, Ken, you're not quite in full bloom. But I bet your bloomage will be amazing. Just you know, it's worth waiting for. There is still hope. Yes, there is. I take it you got the pre-message, Ken. Yeah, Mum and Dad are here. Milling around the place somewhere. Bolton's in. I've just been rehearsing what we're going to do for your Monday moves. You got me for double whammy today. Cass and I are on a switch. So I'm on Kelsey's noons today and tomorrow, plus my fours. And on Wednesday and Thursday, Kels is covering my falls and she's back on her noons. I think that explains it, ish. Oh look, I matched my post-its today. Look at that. You know how fashion conscious I am. I like to coordinate my post-it notes with my snooze. It's midday already. Oh my goodness, this is good. This is very good for you because it means the preamble stops right here. And I go 3, 2, 1, Bex Townley from later life training, noonday movement snack to crowbar in extra moves. We've got some wide base push-offs, some figure of 8, shoulder all roundage, heels in the sand, resisted push-in multiple directions, and some bouncy walking, if you like. As much bounce or as not, as you like. So here we go. All things seasonal around me. Let's get going with a circ boost. External support close to hand. So much better than Mrs. Perry's. Sorry, Chris. If you're in, stand for your circ boost. And if you want some support, have it to the side of you or might be to the front of you. You decide. Get going. Start steady and stay steady. Keep the gap between your feet. This helps with balance. Extra lift and extend. This makes the most of your posture muscles. And then bit by bit, gradually add in the other moving parts. Your pace, not mine. So that might be legs only. It might be a little bit slower and smaller. It might be a little bit swifter and bigger, but we're not after increased pace here. It's not the speed really that we want to manipulate as much as the ranges of motion coming around from the ankles, feet and toes, the upright positions, and then build it as you go. So it might look like this for you. It might be legs only. It might be support in front of you. It might be legs and a single arm. Get the coordination, tell me. Or it might be anchoring up down the legs, anchoring, not hankering, and then just playing around with that range of motion in the top end. All for you to decide. So the comfort and size of movement will be individual to you all. So just pick the pace and range that's right for you. That's pretty much standing prompts, or you might just decide to take it for a walk and a wander. Here's your seated options. Always into active sit is the start point for anything really. Have a hip walk forward. That will be variable depending on the type of chair that you're in. And then from this sit position into active sit, so get as much activity into your posture muscles, the muscles that hold you upright. So when we slump, we slump. So your posture muscles are inactive. They're not working, therefore they're not getting stronger or building stamina. But we do need moments of rest, and then we go again, we grow again into these active positions, and arms and legs will move more effectively and efficiently around more supported posture positions. So the movement comes hand in hand with the supporting parts. If legs are on your radar, get them included in this SERP boost as well. If you did, it's all an invite, it's all choice. You're all here of your own free will, so take as much or as little from this movement snack as you'd like. There's your seated march. Keep the knees low. That again, it might look like this, it might be separate, or you might have your diagonals in the mix. If nothing else, infiltrate into your day these little bursts of controlled, rhythmical circulation boosting movement, adding kind of a light intensity activity into your day over and above anything else you're already doing. Even if you are participating in structured and progressive exercise sessions in your community, even if you're doing that, these movement snacks as well. So it's not to replace anything. It's all part of the same thing, but different. Anyway, there's enough. That's enough. Let's get going on the first moves. What have I got? Got a leggy one to begin with. Wide base push-offs. I'm going to push up to stand. Best to have some external support close to hand for this, and have it on the side of the stance leg. So we're going to utilise and play with the hips on this outer leg and the ankles and the toes. So you're going to rehearsing that. I've called it wide leg push-off. So we've got the balancy leg here. So this is the leg that's taking the body weight as you shift over, and this leg is pushing up there. Posture stays upright, and we're using the ankles, feet and toes. If I turn sideways, you can see that I'm pushing off. Oh, I don't know, can you see? Pushing off and absorb, there you go, there. With a little bit of soft knee, loads of support here. So you're just controlling, pushing off and controlling the landing. So here you can feel how the ankles, the feet and the toes all work together to support and absorb these movements. Sideways stepping, anything lateral sideways will require extra ankles, feet and toes. And you've got an extra weight shift here as well. So you're shifting the whole of your body weight on and off of one leg. So we've got extra activity going on around this hip. So it's really smooth and rhythmical. To change sides, change your direction of push. So it's going to be here, there. So we are always easing and pushing towards the fixed firm support. And I've got my hand here as well. So it's about controlling and finding your range of motion. Once you're comfortable with that, you can play around with wider and narrower. So kind of go in and out, randomise that a bit, feel how you use the whole of the foot. So that is your wide leg push-offs. Can't really get that to translate in seated. So I've got a different option for your second move of seated elements. My camera angle's a bit wrong today. Figure of 8, shoulder all-rounder. You can do this one in stand if you like. It's the same for the upper body. So I'm going to take a light clasp here of hands. Not to interlock the fingers, just take a light clasp. Starting with your double hands, a chest height. A small figure of 8 here, small figure of 8. And bit by bit, keeping the hand clasp close to you, just weave your way around, a weave away. This is a song about that. In the jungle, no, different song. Weave your way, not whim away. through a slightly bigger and wider figure of 8. And the wider you go on that figure of 8, the more trunk you'll bring in that as well. So finding your way, weaving your way. It's made me laugh. It's not like me to laugh at my own jokes. Here we have trunk, shoulders, shoulder blades. And with hands together, that quite usually offers even more control. And it might even assist one arm also. So give those a go of your weave away figures of 8. Shoulders, shoulder blades on the go on that one. Right, third move. I think it was heels in the sand, another standy one. So I'm going to push up to stand. I've done this one many times before, and it's about finding your buttocks and all about just adding a little bit of extra load. So imagine you're stood on sand, bear with me, and the heel, keep both feet in contact with the floor, but as if you're trying to push your heels down into the sand. So you're adding an extra bit of downward thrust, if you like, through the heel. So a bit of knee bend, as if you're trying to push one foot lower down into the sand. Let me turn sideways so you can see. Now, as you press the heel down, you'll feel also extra activity coming from your buttocks there. So there's the push, push. So you've got weight shift, transferring weight from one leg to the other, plus extra press. So as you press the heel down, can you feel extra activity through your buttocks as well? In sit, you are going to get the same response, if you like, from pushing a heel down into the floor, whereby you're going to get extra buttocks and you're going to get a bit of chair rise. So heels, pressing heels into the sand in a sit position, bring your feet back a bit, is going to give you this appearance and feeling of pushing out of the chair. And of course, that's exactly what we're rehearsing and practicing. If you don't want the legs involved in that one, we can go for the classic buttock squeeze and release. It's essentially a clench of your buttocks. And even if you find yourself inactive, maybe sat for a long period of time, into active sit with a little bit of buttock clench and heel press into the floor, is all designed to increase movement, reduce long periods of time, or break up prolonged periods in inactive sit positions. There you go. Anyway, if you really want to add extra seasonality to your buttock squeezes, you could do it to the rhythm of Jingle Bells, maybe. Just saying. Anyway, I was singing to you then through my buttocks, but did you see Jingle Bells? Anyway. It's been a long 3 years, folks, hasn't it? Anyway, right, changing of the body parts. Resisted arm push. No accessories or tea towels or cushions today in the movement snack, but quite often we don't need stuff. We can still generate extra moves without anything at all, using our own limbs. So one arm, one hand as the resistor, the other one as the pusher. So we're going to push and resist in a forward direction, push and resist in a slightly diagonal upward direction, and a push and resist in a down direction. Take a pause, switch off, have a rest, change sides. Here's the resisting arm, here's the pushing arm. Heel of the hand, there's your forward push, there's your diagonal push, and there's your downward push. So you're resisting with one arm and pushing in the other. And just, you can start to play around with those. So the bottom arm pushes back, pushes out, pushes back, pushes out, pushes back. So you have this kind of push and pull relationship between one arm and the other. And remember, this is all designed to add additional moving minutes to your day if you find that you're in the same position for a long period of time, or inactive, or spending longer than you would like not doing much. All right, the last one on my list is bouncy walking, and it's all variation on a theme. So your bouncy walking is a grade up from usual walking and a grade down from a jog. And this is all part of increasing load and controlled resistance through the legs. So bouncy walking, if I walk as I would my usual cert boost, and then add a bounce to that, what you add is just an extra bit of intensity, extra bit of load, and you can bounce that around the house. So it's like a controlled non-jog, if you like. How does that feel? Bouncy walking. I can bouncy walk out of screen and bouncy walk in screen. You might feel a little bit self-conscious doing this, but just kind of go with it. Go with it. You can add extra arms on there if you want to. So it's all controlled, added load through the legs. And no, I am not dancing. Anyway, shall we do a recap? We started with, from the top, wide base push-offs. Here we go. So have the support near the standing stance leg, and then play around with pushing off, a little pause, almost a little balance on this leg here, and then different ranges of motion, outer, wider and narrower. When you do the other leg, change sides, step round, step round, step round, here. So we're always nudging, easing, pushing towards where the external support is. The alternative, or the seated option, I went for figure of 8 shoulders and shoulder blades. These started small and builded. We built the range of motion and the size, the height and the width of those figure of 8s, all designed to crowbar in a bit of extra movement through the trunk and shoulders and shoulder blades. Then we had heels in the sand, either in sit, driving an extra push through the heel from left to right in sit, heels in the sand in stand. It's can you see it's all part and parcel of the bouncy walking end point, really. So adding a little bit of weight shift, more weight, because we've added just a little bit of pace through there. So you're pressing your heels down through the sand. Then we had resisted arms. In sit or stand you choose. So this is the resisting hand, this is the pushing hand. Push to the front, push to the diagonal up, push to the down. And then you can start to play around with all of those ranges of motion in between and then change sides. You can either alternate between left and right, randomise it a bit. There you go. And it's up to you how much resistance you add in there. And then finally we had bouncy walking. And don't forget, I've just remembered, your seated option on the buttock, extra squeeze in sit, buttock clenches, if you like, in time to a seasonal tune. Just, just extra effect if you want to. That's it. That is your noonday movement snack. That was weave away. That was the weave aways, a whim away. Yes, variations on a theme. I like the fact that that's been the biggest topic of conversation for the movement snack today. Right, I'll see you at 4. I think I've got a new sway to design, dream up, think about. Right, crowbar, enjoy. You like the figure of 8? Maybe I'll bring the figure of 8 into the 4 p.m. this week. All right, I'm off. Good to see you, folks. See you in 4 hours. Bye for now.